Tropical storm Laura.
Even as the track shifts farther away from Florida, the governor is asking President Trump for an emergency declaration just in case the state feels an impact.
Chief Meteorologist Steve Weigel in to take you through the new 11 p.m. advisory. Steve.
And it does look like we'll feel at least some impact from the storm. And we have a new tropical storm. This is Marco, forming in the northwestern Caribbean, expected to have an impact across the Yucatan on the weekend. We also have a weak tropical wave that has moved off the coast of Africa now, has a 20% chance of developing. It's actually been dropping. Here is a look at Laura tonight. Very ragged, disorganized tropical storm. Pop up of convection here and there during the evening, but just nothing as far as a solid structure, and it's going to have a tough road ahead, although the Hurricane Center does offer up some strengthening in the next few days. There's a look at it tonight on low-level centers in the Caribbean, racing ahead of almost all of the convection that has been popping up during the day. Certainly doesn't look like a tropical storm. Winds are kept at 45 miles an hour. That's probably a little generous, and the track of this is over all of the mountains of Hispaniola, along Cuba, and inland for most of the time, and gaining strength. A little unusual in that forecast, and then eventually into the Gulf of Mexico as a Category 1 hurricane. This is an area that we could see some strengthening simply because there's a less wind shear. The water temperatures are in the mid and high 80s, and then a Category 1 hurricane making a landfall in the northern Gulf Coast. Now, its closest approach to us will be late Sunday and into Monday, and that's when we'll really start to feel the effects here. But because it's so far south, the strongest winds and the heaviest rainfall remain near the center, which is well to the south of us, but we will get some of the outer bands on Monday. Wind shear also relatively high for the next couple of days, and add to that it's over land, at least the official forecast track. This has a tough road ahead. The probability of tropical storm force winds have dropped even more, now from about 2 to 8%. But what can we expect here? On the current track, still looking at some gusty winds, those outer rain squalls working in, a couple inches of rain possible, and it'll be a blustery day with seas climbing 4 to 8 feet possible. Quick look at Marco. Now, Marco is headed toward the Gulf of Mexico. Now not expected to become a hurricane, but a strong tropical storm as it works in along Texas. That'll happen the middle of next week. So potentially we'll have 2 tropical storms, maybe 1 hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico early next week.